I love Paige to death. Do not get me wrong. I think, I think she's a hell of a player and, would love to play with her one day. But those refs were giving her every freaking whistle last night. You literally couldn't touch her. And that shit is so annoying to me. And if you're going to do that, then give it to our guards.
The WNBA is in scramble mode after Sophie Cunningham refused to hold back. Her fiery comments have rattled the league from top to bottom, sparking outrage, heated debates, and now a jaw-dropping fine that looks more like a silencing tactic than discipline. Was this a fearless stand for justice, or, in the league's eyes, a step too far? Fans are split, players are whispering behind closed doors, and the tension is spreading like wildfire. One thing's undeniable, this isn't just about basketball anymore. This is the high-voltage story behind the fine that has everyone talking. Do you think the WNBA will finally admit it has a leadership crisis, address the officiating mess, and start protecting stars like Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's go.
I just hate the inconsistency.
When whistles are player-focused, that's I think that's a huge problem.
Well, she's gonna be one of those players that she's already gonna be a GOAT. She's gonna be a Hall of Famer. Everyone knows that she's freaking hell of a player, but getting some of those whistles already, oh my, I couldn't.
This season, Sophie Cunningham has found herself at the heart of one of the most heated player versus league battles the WNBA has ever witnessed. 4 fines. 4. That's not discipline. That's a full-blown message from the league to a rising star they clearly view as a threat. It all started when Sophie, fed up with a game tainted by questionable officiating, dropped a blunt TikTok calling the referees useless. One 30-second clip, and the league hit her with a $500 fine almost instantly, leaving fans and players stunned by the speed and severity of the punishment.
Cunningham posted the video 6 days ago. It shows her lip-syncing lyrics from Sabrina Carpenter's song Man-Child. The caption to the video is, "At some refs."
Stupid. Or is it slow? Maybe it's useless.
Yesterday, Cunningham reposted the video on X with a caption about the fine.
But Sophie didn't back down. She went even harder. On her podcast, she not only stood by her words but broadened the spotlight, calling out the league-wide frustration players have been carrying for years over biased, inconsistent officiating. That honesty came with a price, another fine, this time $1,500. Her running total now sits at a staggering $2,000, a number that makes it clear the WNBA isn't trying to discipline her, they're trying to silence her. But instead of shutting things down, the league's crackdown has ignited a firestorm, fueling even more buzz across the basketball world.
7-0 Indiana run. They're within 2 on a foul. This time, Peckers does get the call.
I thought this might have been an offensive foul. Outward for the finish.
Indiana's considering challenging this call, but they will not, as Peckers gets free.
The backlash was instant and overwhelming. Social media lit up with hashtags rallying behind Sophie, fans calling out the league's hypocrisy with laser focus. Within hours, GoFundMe campaigns had already wiped out her fines, while petitions demanding accountability and transparency from referees racked up thousands of signatures almost overnight. The outrage wasn't scattered, it was sharp, united, and impossible to ignore. Why punish a player for saying what everyone already sees? Why bury the officiating crisis under fines instead of fixing it? But here's the bigger picture, this isn't just about money or frustration. It's a tipping point for the WNBA. The standoff between players and refs, the growing questions about fairness, and the demand for transparency are boiling over. As support for Sophie snowballs, the league finds itself staring at a challenge that could reshape its future. The fallout from her stand is only just beginning. The real question now is whether this courage sparks long overdue reform, or ignites a backlash the league won't be able to contain.
You could overturn it to an offensive foul. You could also maintain that it's a foul but take away the continuation. All of those things could happen here on this call.
The interesting thing is, when you get to this point of the play, it is a foul on Boston. But it's because her arm was clamped earlier in the play.
Look at that.
What can she do there?
She literally can do nothing. I don't know how that's not overturned to an offensive foul.
I agree with you.
That looks about as clear as it gets. And you saw how quickly Stephanie White challenged that.
The contrast couldn't be clearer. In the NBA, outspoken voices aren't just allowed, they're practically a feature of the league. Players like Draymond Green have turned blunt honesty into part of their identity, and legends like Charles Barkley made entire careers out of saying what others were afraid to. Barkley's unfiltered takes didn't hurt the NBA, they fueled its popularity. Fans respected it, the media amplified it, and the league leaned into it. Candor there isn't punished, it's celebrated as part of the culture.
We have no illegal conduct by Euro, so the call will stand as confirmed. This will be also. Indiana will lose their challenge as well as their timeout. One shot for Euro. Thank you.
That's stunning to me. I mean, Aliyah Boston, look at her. Lee puts her one hand down and then pins Boston down with her other arm.
I gotta say, Rebecca, I'm sure we'll get an explanation from Sue Blau at some point soon.
Sophie's ordeal shows just how different the WNBA's culture is from the NBA's. Instead of fostering honesty, the league seems intent on silencing it. After she spoke out about referees failing to protect players, Caitlin Clark included, she wasn't just fined, she was warned directly, "They're going to fine you again." That's not dialogue, that's intimidation. The message couldn't be clearer, stay quiet or pay the price. And yet, the WNBA's heavy-handed approach has completely backfired. What should have been a passing frustration is now headline news. It's the Streisand effect in motion, try to bury the story, and you only make it louder. Fans are especially furious because of the double standard. While Sophie racks up fines for words, the string of dangerous, unpunished cheap shots on Caitlin Clark lingers in plain sight. The optics are brutal, the league looks more interested in punishing criticism than protecting its stars. That sparked a bigger conversation: what kind of culture is the WNBA really trying to build? One of accountability or one of silence?
Paige Beckers putting her hands on Sophie to shove her up. You see Sophie's hand in the air. Both hands are in the air right here. And Paige Beckers is shoving. She is shoving her clean off. Boom. Pushed her right into Howard. Pushed her into Howard. Now she's wide open and waiting for a pass like she just didn't do anything. Like she just didn't do anything. Wide open down here. Look at her. And then all of a sudden you get the whistle. And look at the ref. You see the ref? You see the ref right here. Calling the foul. And guess who the foul was on? Sophie Cunningham.
Like, I'm not saying that your job is easy, but when it is a simple call right in front of your face multiple times, what are you doing? What are you doing?
What call are you like bugged out?
All of them.
Everything.
Like, it's just like they're just so inconsistent. Like, that's my thing. Like, if you're on the other team and you're gonna be finding the shit out of me,
yeah,
cool. But let me do it to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Want
like
consistency then.
Yeah, like just give. And I think that's players across the league and like new fans across the country. Like everyone's like, what is going on with the refs? And I'm like, I don't know. And you finding me $500 is not going to do shit. There's like a good handful that it's like, all right, dude. And there's a couple girls in there too.
Dumb question. Like, if someone were to like say someone called men's basketball their whole life and then went over to women's, would they be expected to call the game differently? Just given like the style and like physicality and stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a physical game, you know? I think there's a double standard in how people get their calls. I think Kelsey Mitchell, number one, is held or chucked on every freaking possession and never gets a call off the ball. I think Aliyah Boston is the worst officiated post player in the league. She never gets a call. And you know, there's a double standard there, certainly. But you know, again, if it's going to be physical and you're gonna allow us to be physical, then allow both teams to be physical. If you're going to call the holds and you're going to call the chucks, and you're going to then call it both ways. So I mean, I think that we've been pretty consistent in what we're asking for, and I didn't feel like it was consistent, especially for those two. I think you could call a foul every time down the floor for those two.
The thing that I have the biggest issue about the female sides of refs is like they're so emotional. Like the guys, no, the NBA officials, like the NBA players mother those officials like no other.
Yeah.
Like I've worked broadcast, I've been to games, I'm friends with these people. They mother them.
Yeah.
And the only person that I've ever seen able to like mother a ref on the women's side is Diana Taurasi.
And they like take it.
Yeah, they had to.
Yeah, they have
and
to.
like, but when she's probably one of the worst people that I've seen go after refs, and I loved every second of it.
Yeah.
Now, like the refs, and I'm not saying they're emotional. Like the men and women, it doesn't matter the gender.
Yeah.
On our side, they are too emotionally invested and they can't take it. And I'm like,
is it new to the WNBA that you guys are like maybe talking more shit back to refs, or has that been a thing forever?
oh, it's always been a thing.